Hello and welcome everybody to KATV India. I am Mukund Kadlabal and today we are going to talk about a political topic from my home state, that is in Karnataka. The Karnataka government has introduced a new law called the Karnataka Hate Speech and Hate Crimes Prevention and Control Bill 2025. The government says that this law will protect dignity, equality and harmony amongst communities. But many legal experts, activists and opposition voices believe the bill may actually do the opposite. So let's analyze this bill that has become so controversial and why people fear it could silence dissent, especially voices that are predominantly against the Karnataka government. The bill says that you can be punished for causing emotional, psychological or economic harm on certain sections of society. So this sounds harmless, but if you deeply introspect, what exactly is emotional or psychological harm, and who decides what emotional and psychological harm is? Because the definition is so broad and any criticism or opinion that someone doesn't like can be treated as a crime. I may tell someone that I don't like a particular policy or a scheme of the government that appeases one community. But while I might not hate the community themselves, it can be considered as hate speech under this law. So this is why opposition voices are worried. If someone speaks against forced conversion, raises concerns about appeasement politics, or criticizes any doctrine of any religion, that can now be labeled as psychological harm or emotional harm against a certain religion. So the courts of India have already said that vague laws cannot be used to restrict free speech. But this bill brings back those same vague terms and those same uncertainties when it comes to free speech. So the fear amongst opposition voices and activists are simple. If the law depends on feelings and not facts, any strong criticism of the government or its vote bank may become risky for the opposition. So I might feel something, and based on my speech, if that hurts the sentiment of certain communities or the government or anyone else, I might still be criminally liable for that. And opposition voices feel that this is not right in a democracy. So under this bill, imagine this scenario. A person in Assam, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, anywhere, makes a statement about any religion, and someone in Karnataka feels hurt emotionally or psychologically about it. That's enough to file an FIR against that person. This creates a situation where opinions expressed outside Karnataka can trigger criminal cases inside Karnataka, making free speech unpredictable and dangerous for those who often question the government or dominant narratives. One of the most alarming parts of this hate speech bill is the criminalization of unknowing assistance. What does unknowing assistance mean? It means that simply forwarding a WhatsApp message, reposting a meme, retweeting a meme, or retweeting any Twitter tweet on X, or sharing a news article through your statuses or forwards can land you in legal trouble even if you don't have any intent to harm anyone or harm anyone's feelings. This affects normal people like you and me, it affects opposition leaders, it affects supporters of opposition parties, activists, journalists, and everyone else. In recent years, FIRs related to online speech have often targeted people criticizing government policies or appeasement towards any religion. This bill makes sure that targeting which is being done is getting done easier and faster. The bill gives district magistrates unreasonable power to shut down processions, public events, festivals, rallies, if any community claims apprehension or they claim that this rally or any event can hurt their sentiments or feelings. So what does this mean? Opposition rallies can be restricted. Cultural activities like Ganesh Chaturthi, Hanuma Jayanti and other things which take place with a cultural or a religious context to it become harder to conduct. So the government shifts its primary responsibility of maintaining law and order to instead banning the events completely. And officials may choose to do this upon their entire discretion. The bill gives them the power to do that. This gives the government huge discretionary power to shut down opposition mobilization and Hindu religious events, according to opposition voices. So another major issue is that the bill protects government officials from legal consequences as long as they acted in good faith. So what does good faith mean? It's not clearly defined. So this creates a system where police can arrest opposition voices, officials can restrict gatherings, authorities can file cases based on feelings of a certain community, and none of them can be held accountable. Meanwhile, ordinary citizens, especially those who routinely criticize the government, face broad, undefined criminal liability. India's constitution allows the government to restrict speech only if it threatens public order or national security. So, of course, I can't incite violence, I can't incite genocide. That is a reasonable restriction on free speech. The government can do something about it. But this bill punishes speech that merely causes emotional discomfort, psychological hurt, or social disagreement. So these are not grounds for criminal penalties under Article 19 of the Indian Constitution, which guarantees free speech. Because the terms are so vague, people, especially opposition voices, will be afraid to speak. And this deep fear of expressing opinions is what critics believe the bill is actually designed to produce. Many observers say that this bill continues a long pattern of Congress-introduced laws that restrict dissent, whether it was Nehru's First Amendment, Indira Gandhi's emergency, or the UPA's Section 66A. Each time the justification for these laws was that maintaining harmony or public peace. But in practice, these laws disproportionately target opposition voices, dissidents, and ideological opponents. Similarly, opposition voices argue that the bill could now be mainly used against those that are politically aligned against the ruling Congress party and those that criticize religious extremism of any kind, of any religion. So if Karnataka implements this framework successfully, other states might also copy it. Whether this bill survives constitutional scrutiny or not is again yet to be seen and is a question for our higher courts. But one thing is very clear. It has the potential to reshape political expression, dissent, and free speech in Karnataka and possibly across India. So this has been my time on KATV India to explain about the Karnataka hate speech bill. If you think that this has been informative, or if you think that I missed out on certain key issues of this bill, please let us know below in the comments. Until then, this has been my time. Thank you. Thank you for joining in.